What's up, my sleepy peeps? Welcome back to the channel, Sleepy Dreepy. Today we're going to be looking at the most tactical icy gorillas out there, Galarian Darmanitan VMAX. Now subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content, and smash that like button down below. Now let's get to the video. Alright guys, here's the 60 I came up with for Galarian Darmanitan VMAX. Now start off the deck, we have Galarian V, which it's a water type for 220 HP, and its first attack, Freezing Headbutt, does 50 damage for 1 water and 1 colorless energy, and you flip a coin, and if heads, your opponent is paralyzed. Paralysis is pretty decent. You can stall your opponent out for a turn. Maybe you're running a little bit slow. You know, just try and paralyze them for a turn, and then maybe next turn you can get up and going. And then also its second attack for 2 water and 1 colorless, Frozen Slice, does 190 damage. It does hurt itself with 30 damage. But 190 isn't bad. You're two-shotting most VMAXs and tag teams with that attack, which isn't too bad. And then we go back up to evolve, and we played the Darmanitan V, so we can evolve into Galarian Darmanitan VMAX. Now 320 HP water type, and its only attack for water energy, max whiteout, but it's the only attack it needs with 200 damage. It can, and then on top of that, it spreads 30 damage across the whole entire, your opponent's entire board. Attach a scope to it. It's doing 60 if the Pokemon's a V or GX, and that's insane amounts of damage. So you'll see later we have a finisher in this deck. But basically we're playing, in order to, now how do we quickly power up that attack? We're playing a 3/3 Snom Frosmoth line. So Frosmoth allows us to quickly accelerate water energy onto our benched water Pokemon. So essentially we just play a Frosmoth and we quickly attach 4 water energy to our Darmanitan, and boom, start swinging with it. And then just to fit, like I said before, we do have a finisher, but in that finisher we're playing a 1/1 Alolan Sandslash-GX line. And basically Alolan Sandslash, we're mainly playing this. It does have Spiky Shield, which could come into play. Chip damage, doing a little bit of chip damage for 30. Frostmoth does 120 for a water and 2 colorless, but we're mainly using this for Spiky Storm GX. This attack does 100 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon that have any damage counters on it. You're already spreading damage with Galarian Darmanitan VMAX. And then you're coming in and bringing Alolan Sandslash. I'm sorry if I said Galarian, but Alolan Sandslash-GX. Boom, you can just spread damage as soon as the Darmanitan dies. Bring up the Sandslash and finish the game, and you could possibly take 6 prizes on the turn. Doing 100 damage across the board, and then this only gets increased with the scope to an additional 130. So that is not bad. Doing 130, you can take several Pokemon out after spreading 60 damage across the board with Darmanitan. And then just to finish off the Pokemon line, we're playing 1 Dedenne for, you know, insane discard draw, Crobat V for to draw more cards if we need to fill up our hand. And then we're playing Phione for that gust. We want to be able to gust as much as we can to be able to set up the board and take precise KOs with the bench damage and the main damage that we're doing with these Pokemon. So Phione can help us set up and possibly even take several prizes in the turn as well. For our supporter line, we're playing a very basic supporter line. We're playing 4 research for Marnie for draw. Marnie also helps to disrupt our opponent if we need to for a little bit, getting cards out of their hand that we don't want them to have. And then we're also playing 2 Gust, like I said. Boss lets us be a little bit more precise with our gusting and setting up key KO turns and possibly taking multiple prize cards. And on top of that, we're playing 1 Nessa. I wasn't sure if Nessa was completely necessary, but I'm playing it because we can recover 4 water, mainly so that we can recover 4 water energies and quickly power up a Darmanitan VMAX out of nowhere. I'm not sure if energy retrieval is better. That's another option that I was thinking of, but for now I'm gonna try Nessa because it is a 1 card and it's 1 less space in the deck. So we're just going to try it, and it's there mainly just for those emergency situations. And then we're playing 2 Training Court. Again, this is another way we can just retrieve energy. We can throw in a Training Court, and it also bumps the stadium. But we have a Training Court on the field, and we can slowly start building up another Darmanitan if we need to on the bench while we have our first one out attacking and stuff like that. And now for our trainers, we're playing 4 Quick Ball. Again, 4 Quick Ball is the best Pokemon search in the game, and this allows us to set up our basics on our first turn and just search out any things such as the Dedenne, maybe a Crobat that we may need or anything like that if we need any additional draw. And then we're playing 4 Pokemon Communication. Again, we're playing like what, 17, 18 Pokemon here, so Pokemon Communication is a decent search. For now, I'm thinking about making it a 2-2 split with Pokecom and Evo Essence, but for now I'm gonna I think trying Pokecom is still decent because Pokecom is a little more flexible, but you do need that other Pokemon in your hand, while Evolution Essence, like it does let you search that evolution, but it just gives us more outs to set up our board first turn Pokecom if we need to. We're playing 1 Reset Stamp to disrupt our opponent. Then we're playing 3 switches just so we have some mobility to move in and out of the active if we need to. Then we're playing 2 Capacious Buckets. This allows us to dig for energy that we need in our deck. Then we're playing 2 Air Balloons. We attach these to anything with 2 retreat cost or less to be able to provide a free pivot when we're trying to power up another Darmanitan or one gets KO'd or something like that. And we can also attach it to Darmanitan if we really need to get it out of the active that turn, but most likely Darmanitan's gonna have a scope on it. But this does bring down his cost to just 1 retreat, so if we absolutely need to retreat out of it, we have that option. And then we're playing 2 scopes. As I said before, this just increases our damage by 30 when we're hitting benched Vs and GXs, which is insane. It brings the Galarians to spread damage up to 60, and it brings up Alolan Sandslash's damage up to 130 on the bench. And also we're playing 1 Tool Scrapper to remove any tools that we might need to remove, such as metal goggles, possibly on Luke Metal, big charms on Pikarom, maybe there's some metal goggle shenanigans or big charm in ADPZ so that we can just knock things out in general. And then we're playing 10 Water Energy. I think 10 is fine. Darmanitan has a hefty cost. That 4 energy cost is a little bit different. That's why we're playing a little bit more energy compared to Inteleon decks. Inteleons are typically playing 8 to 9. We decided to bump that up one more up to 10 just so that we have that consistency. But yeah, this is the deck I've come up with for Galarian Darmanitan VMAX. Let me know what you guys think of the deck. A couple other things that I've kind of wanted to test and saw was maybe adding a Keldeo and even a Krabby from the Sword and Shield set. I think it has Aqua Shower. I'll put a picture somewhere on the video, but my thought process was, boom, it can attack for 1 energy and attach a scope, and it's doing 40 across the board. So I thought that was nice, but I thought the Sandslash was just a better finisher in general. That was another option I thought, and possibly adding a Keldeo for the Eternatus matchup, possibly just to be able to one-hit KO an Eternatus. But I decided against that and just switch those 2 cards out for a Sandslash-GX line, because again, I think it's just a better finisher in general. Again, and you know, I understand this deck is weak to metal and basically lose the ADBZ and any metal decks, but you know, there's what are you gonna do about it? Weakness guard is useless, but hey, I like this gorilla, so I wanted to make a deck about it. So let me know what you guys like. Excuse me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know any other suggestions, any other things that you think the deck can use. And if you're liking the content you're seeing, feel free to leave a subscription down below and hit that like button as well. That'll really help me out a lot. So I hope you guys have a good night and peace.